mijn naam is Astrid en... Oh, hoe moet ik dat uitleggen?
I know already what Astrid wants. She is coming to model for me, and we're going to see what kind of color we can get on the upper hair. Want to stay longer, and the sides she loves to have ultra short. That's what it was.
Okay.
Translated for her. Zijkanten lekker kort, bovenop kijken wat voor kleur het wordt. En dan gaat het al goed komen. Je moet en je wil op een staart kunnen. She wants to tail it. It must be possible to tail it afterwards. Okay, Astrid, you may turn around to show them how your hair is. And I love the colors very much. Dankjewel. Thank you very much. Hello friends on YouTube, can do Astrid's hair. Now she wants to have a transparent color, but I have the problem that there is a turquoise in, there is a little bit purple in, so we have a lot of colors still left. The hardest thing is to get rid of these colors, the green colors, because they're mostly getting very hard out of the hairs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first start with a bleach wash on conditioner base. I show you that when I put it on. Leave out the sides, so put it on only on top, and then I show you the result of that. I will do. Now I decided to show you what I'm doing now. I made a bleach wash on conditioner base. So I took 1 part bleach, 1 part 6% and 1 part conditioner, but I used the red conditioner, and this I do because red is the opposite color of the greenish colors, so it will reduce the green in the hair. This I massage in, it don't smell anything because it's just conditioner. And you see that it reduced the color because it will be a bit grey color, but I can do more with that than when I have a green color in the hair. And this doesn't damage the hair at all. So this we leave on for some minutes, then also the rest colors will light up, and you can see already the underframe, so when she turns you can see what will be short in her hairstyle. So we are going for a coffee or tea and we'll be back. Okay, this is the color after about 20 minutes. Now first, before I start applying the color, I will set on her natural color a bit gel. This I use to create a foil technique on, but I don't want the color that's on top on the natural colors. So on this I glue my foils. So now I can work from this side on the foils, lay all the hairs on that. Show you how that's looked, like this. So I can lay all the hairs on these foils. What I made here is a color of Goldwell. Show you the photo in the video. And it's a violet red color. This apply with 20 volume on her hair. So I bring all the color on the hair, laying all the hair on the foil. So I'll be certain that there's no color on the rest hair. After I apply the color, I close it up, I wait for a half hour, then rinse it out and then I can start to cut. Now I've got all the color on her hair, colored in with this color. Now I lay the rest back on top. Open it a bit. This way the color develops nicer. Because it needs some air to develop. Get my plastic foil. Set it on the line where foils were. Over to the side. Close it up. Pull it up. And now I'm going to wait for a half hour. So don't go away, we are back in a second. We don't leave you waiting for a half hour. Okay, we're back from coloring. So now I can start with your haircut. Now we want a transparent color, so we've got transparent colors. The green colors are out. And the violets are a bit stronger. And I've got the part there again. Still a bit gel in there, it's a sticky glue. Work to have hair up in the tail. Pin it away. Start protecting it for cutting. Now the underlines will be short, that's clear. And the most important thing, what she told me that she wanted, is to get wear on the tail or a little knot. So we have to get some hair on top, but by making the sides nice short, it's much easier to get that hairstyle. Use the same line of parting that I did with coloring. Put my blade to the back. Use my clipper as a comb. Clean the frame line. Now she has a beautiful implant for short hair. Her hair is wonderful in short lines. Go to the back. Start the normal lines. Work my way up. Hold my clipper in the sharpest position. It's Kiona clipper. Clean the blades in between. Again, use my clipper as a comb. Create a nice clean contour line. Work till I get on the center of the skull. Now this hairstyle is also a bit asymmetrical, but not much, because on both sides she has an undercut, but the left side is a little bit longer and less shaven up. Pull my blade to the back again. And for those who love short hairlines, I think when the implant is like this, it's much more beautiful to see how wonderful the lines are and the hair is. And most girls and women who had one time these short necklines always come back to it because it's so nice. Feels clean, feels tender, gentle when you touch it. And it gives a lot of space around your head. Here you can see that this part is a little bit shorter and less parted. So this will make that asymmetrical feeling in our hairstyle. Then come to the front again. You can do this with a clipper comb, but I prefer to do it with a comb. Especially on women, I think the lines are more soft, feminine, and they grow nicer back because the hair travels up from 0 to something. So it never is a boring hairstyle. And the lines always look good. Even when I do this kind of lines, I only touch the skin with my blade and not the rest, so I take it up at an angle. Now before I go cutting the upper hair, I will clean this up with a small clip. With my small Kione clipper I clean the contour. The hairs are a bit sticky on the skin, but that's because there's still a little bit gel in the hairs. You see, also with the small clipper I use the angle. I think it's important to use that because it gives a nicer feeling to the line you cut. Leave the neckline in a natural way, so it's nice, soft, flowing, and the underhairs I take away with a knife. With my Kione razor blade, I clean the contour line. Pull the skin nice tight. What's laying under the neck paper I do afterwards. So now I can go to the upper hair. I open my clip and now you see that the hair is also asymmetrical cut. Most important thing is that this can go to here, so she can knot it up with something like a tail or whatever. This part is a lot longer than that part. Will make a wonderful line in it. Certainly want to get rid of the dry ends, but she also wants that. I'm sure of that. Set up my first line. This is the first line. I'll show you in a minute from the back. This is the line. Now you see this part is a bit thin, so I will make a stronger line of it, noticing that this has to come to there, so I can take off about 2 centimeters. But still, on the other side is much too long, so I take off a little bit more. Now I took my Theo Knoop to make this cut. Lay the hairs in the natural lines. Copy the line of the eyebrow. Comb the hair gently, not pulling anything, just leave them the way they are. Knowing that I want to get some more off on this side, go in at this line. You can also hear the difference in the structure of the hairs. Pull the hairs down. And connect the lines in control with your fingers. Get some new hair on it. Start by a part on the back. I'll show you the part. This is the part I took on it. You see how wonderful the shades and colors are. And thank God the turquoise is gone. I love turquoise, by the way, but not that much that I always want to see the color. Take from the center of the skull hairs on the shorter part, so you see the difference in length. And these are the dry ends because they come from the other side. I have to be aware of the line, so this I do in the same line as I do on the other side, but I always connect them because otherwise the dry ends will certainly lay on top of the beautiful hair on the longer side, and that I don't want. But this you cut in the same way as you would do the other side. So I show you that. Lay a bit in a bob. Only have to work till I get on the center of the skull. Lay it on this side. The rest of course connects normally to the line of cutting. You can also see that this is the driest part of her hair. The opposite line of the eyebrow line is this line. So I go in here and connect it to that. Now control it to the other side. I'm certain that it never lays in the way, in a strange way, on her hair. Part myself a new line. Part this line is the same line as this line. Take off the dry ends on the longer hair. Take them up in the line of parting. Work my way to the back. Finding me the hairs that still stick out a bit. Don't force on the hairs, don't pull it. And I only have to work till I get on the center. And then I'm certain that I've cut all the hairs that lay on the longer side. Now open up the upper hair. Knowing that they're connected from this side of the center line to that line. lay the hairs again in the line of the chin line. Travel back again. And to make sure that all the lines are cut the right way, take the front to the front. You see, only this part has to come off. It's not much, but just the connection between both lines. So now I can dry her hair. Before I style her hair, I use a straight of Keunen. This gives a lot of moisture to the hair. And for those who think that's strange, straight products are made for curly hair, to make them straight. And curly hair needs always moist. And the same is with hair that is being colored. It can always use some moist. So I bring this on my hair, comb it through, and then get myself a large brush to blow dry her hair. Al die trucken. Hier is er nog eentje. Dat is zo'n shit idee.
Ja.
Starting in the underlines, blow drying the hair. Dat is echt mooi, hè?
Ja.
Dit is echt prachtig. Je haar voelt ook heel fijn aan. Now for so far blow drying. On this side I use a strong hairspray. And on the length I use a gloss spray just to bring out the colors even better. And make this hairstyle playable, because this hairstyle you can go through with your hands and it will always be vibrant and full with colors. Now get rid of all the artifacts I put on her. I thank her for being my model. I thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye bye. Okay, my love. You will show your hair to the world. Does it feel good, your hair?
Yes.
Sexy again?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for modeling. Translated for her. Zijkanten lekker kort, bovenop kijken wat voor kleur het wordt. En dan gaat het al goed komen. Je wil ook een staart kunnen. She wants to tail it. It must be possible to tail it afterwards. Okay, Astrid, you may turn around to show them how your hair is. And I love the colors very much.